Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and I wanted to pop on and talk about why in the world it takes so dang long to lose just a couple of pounds. And then in like a day, your weight can go up. Now there is a part of this that I want to, reference the whole hormonal cycle for women and that your weight fluctuates throughout the month, right? That is different than what I'm going to talk about right now. So if you want me to do a deeper dive on specifics on how the female body changes weight throughout the month and how you have to use your different hormones to target actual fat burning, I can. Just let me know, but I wanted to touch on really why it seems like it's so frustrating when you're trying to lose weight and you're like, gosh, this nothing's working. What the heck? I have to bust my butt just to get a little bit of progress, and then all of a sudden it's gone like that in a weekend, in a day. Oh, right? It's because how fat responds in our systems. Yes. So you will learn all about this in the 12-week challenge, and I actually walk you through the process of how to work with your body and your hormones to increase your metabolism, to actually target fat tissue, things like that. So right here in the comments is a link to get on the wait list. Registration link is only sent to the wait list. There's a limited number of people that we can take in the 12-week challenge, Dr. Victoria and I. So I only offer it to people who are actually on the wait list. So get on the wait list below. So here is part of the reason, right? Again, we'll talk about hormones and everything else if you want. Just let me know below. But there's a really important factor about tissue that we need to understand how it functions in our body and what's actually happening and what we're really expecting from our systems. So the female body responds to stressors and to fat tissue and everything differently than the male body. The female body is actually designed to store fat quickly, easily, and hold on to it. Why is it designed to do that? Because the female body can make humans. And in order to do that, there has to be a certain number of nutrient level, everything else, right? The whole cycle itself, right? The whole menstrual cycle itself, ovulation, right? The function of that. And if the female body drops below certain nutrient levels, certain calorie levels, has too much stress, right? Has too much of an exercise output, you'll lose your cycle. Like, we all know this, right? We all know this. So it's these things specifically that play a role in why it can be so tough for our bodies to lose weight. Other factors include your own health history. This is why also in the 12-week challenge, you actually get a Dutch test. We go over your your hormone levels and everything else and dive into that. If you have more questions on that, let me know. There's other factors that play into this, right? Besides just your hormone panel, your health history. How many diets have you been on before? If you're somebody who you're like, yeah, I guess, I've done a few diets before, really restrictive, all that stuff. Does that play a factor in why it's so hard for my body right now? Yes, it does. It really does. Women on average go on 4 different diets a year because we love diets. We just can't wait to do another one. No, it's because the last one we did not let us keep any results. So what we're going to teach you in the 12-week challenge is how to get results and keep them. Yes. And part of this is understanding, again, how adipose tissue works, how fat tissue works. So these are some specific things about adipose tissue, especially for the female body. Adipose tissue, which is fat tissue, right? So the fat cells themselves are really dynamic. And, they're not bad necessarily. It's just important to understand how they work and function. They're like little, deflated balloons, really. And when they store energy, they blow up like a balloon. And then if you release the energy, they shrink. So when you gain and lose weight, you don't gain and lose fat cells. The energy just moves in and out of them. Well, how do you target the energy? How do I get that energy out of there, right? It's not by just restricting calorie. It's by getting your body to use the energy within it. And for the female body, that can be a harder thing. And if you've done something to lose weight quickly before, and now you're having a hard time and you gain weight really quickly, that lets you know that your system is in a protective mode. Your body will gain that weight because it is protecting itself from something. Now, again, I work with a lot of women. So a lot of women will have experiences of, a history of diets, crash diets, a history of trauma, a history of you know, even being in abusive relationships, you know, unsupportive relationships, the female body will gain weight and hold on to it. That's the protective mechanism. It gains weight by storing more in the fat cells and holding on to it. So again, just simply reducing calories is not necessarily going to change that. That's why getting your system nourished properly and really actually restarting your metabolism helps you target the fat tissue for the energy that's in there, right? Because the fat cells, they are protective, they respond that way. They store energy. That's all they do. They store energy. It also stores excess hormone, excess toxins, things like that. That's a whole nother topic though. Again, let me know if you want me to do a deep dive on that. I can, on how they store these other things. And that's a big piece that can actually prevent you from losing weight if you're not targeting that. Big thing that we have to go through when we detox hormones from the female body. Fat cells can also produce other estrogens. What do you mean? What do you mean? That means if my hormones are off balance, then my fat cells will store more of the estrogens in them, store more of the hormone inside. So I won't lose weight because of that, yes. And then they can also produce more estrogens for my body, continuing the cycle of having my hormones be off balance. Yes. Isn't that fun? No, it's not fun. Who signed up for this? No one did. No one signed up for it, but this is just how the female body reacts. That's why it's so important to understand your female physiology, how your hormones interact with how this stuff works, and then the steps to take to shift and change how you work with this so you stop being frustrated. The other thing here too is that it responds to stressors. Stressors in your current life. It can also react to stressors that you've been exposed to before, other toxins, traumas, things like that. So if you're not acknowledging this, this is where you can bust your butt. Just, oh, I'm working out so hard. I'm counting every calorie. Oh, and I got down 5 pounds. Okay, great. And then stress happens, or maybe you relax for a weekend and boom, there goes the 5 pounds. Yeah. It's because your body has that extreme reaction to stress and is trying to protect you. Bummer. Yeah. So let's stop fighting your system. Let's stop fighting your body and start working with it. Again, we do this in the 12-week challenge. So get on the wait list right there in the comments. If you have more questions, let me know. If you're not comfortable commenting, you know, feel free to send me a message, things like that. Other resources I have for you are my books, The Female Fat Solution and The Female Menopause Solution. These are on Amazon. I also have a podcast called The Female Health Solution. And then my YouTube channel is called Dr. Beth Westy. You can subscribe to that to stay updated on all the videos I have out. So, all right, that's what I got for you guys tonight. Have a great rest of your night, and I will see you later.